I didn't see you there. Look it. Today, we cooked the fish. We've been splashing around in the ocean a lot, and it's inspired us to cook the animal that lives in the very ocean, in the very sea, in our backyard. So we're going to cook this fish. We're going to poach it in olive oil and add a few things. We've tried it with sturgeon, which has become very difficult to find and very good. We tried it with cod, which is really good, but today we're going to do it with halibut, the monster of the sea. Look at California halibut. I believe that's the same as Pacific halibut. El monstre.
Il monstre.
Le monstre.
Il monstre.
Le monstreux. Let's take a look. Oh, look at that. Very beautiful. We got this piece of fish, which is halibut. You can get your own, but we like this one. It's been sitting in the fridge, so we want this to be at room temperature. So we're actually gonna leave it on the counter for about an hour. Fishes of the world. Season her up. Fair amount. That. Beautiful. C'est parfait. So we're just gonna set this aside for about an hour. In the meantime, we're going to prepare the olive oil liquid that it's going to be cooking in. First thing you need is a whole liter of olive oil. You don't have to get like the best shit, but get something that's not bad. And definitely get extra virgin olive oil. If you don't get extra virgin, it's going to turn out a little bitter. Take her off and take her off. I'm crazy bottle can't buy. Now give me your candy, won't you? Do you think we'll ever get sued by Saturday Night Live? Man. Dump her in, just like this. You want a pot that you can put on the stovetop and then throw in the onion. You want a pot that you can put on the stovetop for a sec and then throw in the oven later. Look at me. I'm crazy olive oil bottle. The idea is that you want this to completely cover the fish. The fish can't be poking out, it needs to be swimming in this shit. There. Put this here. We're gonna add a bit of garlic. We're gonna add some fennel. That's a fennel. Bulb. And we're gonna add some orange peel. Where's my knife? You can just toss them in like this. A little green tail. We're gonna put about 4 or 5 of them in. Cut this part off. Cut this off. Maybe peel this first layer off. And oh! All in one. Hush up, boy. You can never take down a halibut in the wild. I think if a cat fell in the water, a halibut would probably swallow that motherfucker whole. So we're gonna put a whole bulb in. This is like very crunchy and tastes like licorice. What do you think?
Mm-hmm.
And it's not gonna make the fish taste like licorice. It's like quite subtle. Cut it kind of like that. Rough chop, they call it in the biz. I don't know what they call it in the biz. I've never worked in a restaurant, you see. We're gonna hang on to this, because look how beautiful it is. Actually, taste this a little bit. We're not going to put that in there, but keep this. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to throw the peel of a whole orange in there. We don't have a zester, and neither do you, so we're just going to use this, a peeler, and just do it really lightly. You don't want to get too much of the white stuff in there. You want it mostly just the very thin outer layer, like such. Very thin pieces of orange rind. The white stuff will make it too bitter. That's what we'll do it. Look at this. They call it Main Street Gold. Orange peel. Dump her in. Ta-da! And what we're going to do now is we're actually going to bring the temperature of the oil up a little bit to about 120. We have this, which you'll probably need. It's like a oil thermometer you can get pretty much anywhere. Gourmet Warehouse, for instance. It's different than a meat thermometer. Take heed. What is that doing down there? You guys like Bronson? Get some clarage. Turn on your burnage. Low heat. And then stick this in, and we'll wait till it gets to 120. How the fucking Christ does this thing work? Oh. So basically, we're heating up the olive oil to help release some of the flavors of the orange peel and the fennel and the garlic. So we're going to bring it to 120, and then we're actually going to turn the stove off and just let it sit. So we're actually going to make a sauce for this as well. We got these just outside of Jess's childhood home. Her father picks these mushrooms in the forest. He hunts them, basically. He hunts them and he fishes them as well. And then he dries them and actually cleans them really well, which is very appreciated. Thanks, Hanu.
Pine mushrooms and chanterelles grow in the same areas.
Yeah.
Mature forests, anything over 70 years old.
Do you have to go up pretty high to get them, or?
No, they grow on Vancouver Island.
No elevation doesn't make a difference?
It's just the right conditions for them to grow. The earliest I picked mushrooms here and did really well was early September. Oh yeah. That was really early. If I pick a mushroom, I dig down below and pop it up with my little stick, and then I cover it over so nobody can see where I picked.
Okay.
Once you find a patch, try and keep it secret.
Yeah.
Best days to pick are cloudy days, because on a cloudy day you can see the creamy white color of the mushroom. Yeah. And best way is to go uphill. If you go downhill, as the mushroom's coming out of the moss, it's pushing the moss up, so if you're coming downhill, all you see is the moss. But if you're going uphill, as it's pushing the moss up, it exposes itself, so you actually see the creamy white.
Huh. Pine mushrooms, dried.
Yeah. But my general rule is, when you pick them, just return their dirt back to where it was before. And
yeah, just try to leave it the way it was. We want to use the liquid as stock, mushroom stock. We put cold water on them, and we let them sit for about 2 hours. These are pine mushrooms, and we also have a couple of chanterelles as well. There's not much left of these ones, but kind of like, they call this Main Street Gold.
Never what I'd like to be, one of the houses of the sea. I think before the day is done, I'd like to be a fisherman.
And End scene.
No flowers.
Very easy to make your own mushroom stock. Get dried mushrooms, rehydrate them, use the water. That's stock. First thing, we're gonna take the mushrooms out of there. Now we're gonna run the liquid through this #1 coffee filter into a jar. Slowly, but surely. That way there will be zero chance of any speck of dirt. The last thing you want to do when you're eating dinner is bite into a piece of sand or a piece of shit. Look at this. So we're gonna make a wild mushroom sauce, and we've made this stock out of these mushrooms that were all picked around Hope, BC. And we're going to use it to sauce a beautiful piece of monstrous fish by the name of halibut that also comes from this area. As a matter of fact, when I was a boy, I went out to this magical place called the Queen Charlotte Islands.
One morning, we went out to the sea with my family. And basically you get in this tiny little boat and you sail out like an hour into the open ocean. And then when you get there, he drops the anchor and it's just like, oh, Jesus, Pop, I don't feel so well. But after you stop vomiting, he attached whole baby octopuses onto giant hooks and then let them drop right to the bottom of the ocean. And then you sit and wait. And when your rod bends all the way over, you start reeling. And it's not like you're fighting a fish or anything. You're reeling up fucking dead weight. And then, sure enough, surfaces this 20 to 40 pound halibut, and then it does like one tail flip, and then you drag it in the boat, and you have caught a halibut. And
the bottom feeders do taste good because they eat like, I don't know what they eat. A lot of shrimp, I think. But these things can get to be monstrous. I mean, they catch them that are like 500 pounds. Like literally 500 fucking pounds. It's a fish. A fish. It's bigger than your fucking car is. So for the sauce, also, we only need very few things. Saute some shallots and put a little garlic in it and salt and pepper, and that's your sauce. I mean, it's really all about the mushroom flavor. So just chop these up a little. Try to make them kind of thin. Look at that beautiful chop. Zapper. Zanstra, and some garlic. First thing we're gonna do is take a little butter, like this much butter. Woo! Now, like this. We're gonna throw these shallots in there. So, you don't want to cook the living fuck out of these shallots. You want to cook them for about 2 minutes. You just want to soften them up. I miss the bus, you miss the bus, we miss the bus. When's the next bus? Shake it around, folks. Oh my goodness, smell that? Mm-hmm. Shallots and butter. Kind of makes you feel like you just want to eat that. So these are softened up. That's all you really want. Now we're gonna add our fucking gorgeous pine mushrooms. And then we have the beautiful mushrooms. We're gonna throw them in there. We're gonna throw them in there. And here they go. Sometimes the shit sizzles a little too fast with the fire. We've got these garlics. Use the garlic press and press them in there. And then, like such. So we're gonna add a little salt and pepper, of course. Yes, 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 my friend. Pepper and mushrooms go together like Romeo and Juliet. Mm-hmm. Like the fox and the hound. Like the lady and the trump. So put a good amount of pepper in there. Shake it up. We're gonna add a little white wine, dry white. I don't know, it's like 12 bucks. Just use this. So we're gonna put in half a cup of this. A little more volume on the stoviage. So basically, you want to cook the white wine down. The alcohol kind of burns off and the flavor burns in. See, it's like almost completely evaporated. Turn the heat down a little bit. We've got this insane stock that we actually made ourselves.
Oh Jesus!
No, it's actually really good. So we're gonna add a cup of that. And essentially, we're just gonna like start building this sauce. We're just gonna keep letting the liquid evaporate and the flavor absorb, and then we're gonna add more. So you want to have like at least 3 cups of the mushroom stock standing by, and just leave it on low heat and just let it keep cooking. So we're gonna put the fish in now. We're going to bring our oil back up to 120, and this is the most important part of this situation, is the temperatures have to be exact. So on the stovetop, we're going to bring the oil to exactly 120, put the fish in, and then we're going to put it into a preheated 225 degree stove. And we're going to leave it in there for about 25 minutes. See the cut of the fish, we're looking for something that's about 1 inch thick, and no more than that. Alright, so we're going to take it off, sort of place the fish in there. I mean, fish is quite delicate, so don't be a fucking brute about it. Skin down. $225. 25 minutes. Keep an eye on your sauce. Keep adding liquid as you need, and by the time the fish is done, the sauce will be done. They will be harmonious together. So 25 minutes is up. We're gonna take the fish out. If she's done. I can tell. It's right. I can tell it's right. Hard fish to cook. When you have success, you have the right to feel joy.
Oh my god.
Insane, right? It's absolutely fucking insane.
It's so good.
It smells like crazy mushroom.
So good.
So strain it through a second. I mean, I don't really give a fuck about plating, but I do give a fuck about plating. So we have this beautiful white bowl. What we're gonna do is just put a bit of the liquid in there. Like about that much. And then we're gonna grab this insane piece of halibut. Put it right in there. Look at that. And we're gonna put a little bit over top. And just put it on top there. So look what we have. We have this insane halibut. This is from like 100 kilometers from here. All of this stuff. The mushrooms, the fish. Oh, it just peels right off. You have got to try this. It's like insanely simple, but tastes insanely complex. You could probably make this in like 2 hours, I think, and it would impress the living fuck out of anybody you made it for. It's impossible to cook halibut correctly. I swear to God, low olive oil poach, 225 for 25 minutes exactly is the way to go. You can taste a bit of the citrus in there. The fennel is quite mild. Make sure you season it nice and well. And holy fuck, this is like, I'm gonna have to say it's the best fish I've ever tasted in my whole fucking life. Like, guaranteed.